Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I just want to give you some updates. By the way, I have changed my location. As some of you know, I'm in New York right now, so you can see there is a change in the setup. Marco Rubio, Donald Trump, they want us to believe in something that is absolutely not going to happen. Because today's video, I'm going to be playing only Marco Rubio's video because he's the only guy who made a statement about this Houthi situation. You will not hear from Donald Trump. I will not play his video, his comment about the Houthi situation right now. But what they want us to believe, the Trump administration, is that they are going to be destroying the Houthis. They are going to be going after them, and Marco Rubio himself, he said, this is not a one-off. This is not a retaliation. This is nothing like what Joe Biden did. It is right now about destroying Houthis once and for all. We are not going to retaliate. We're not going to go after them and then tomorrow we forget after we do it today. This is not going to be something like that. This is something totally different, and we will destroy them. So again, all of these promises are absolute fake and false, and I will tell you why. But I think I should actually play the video of Marco Rubio first, because I want you to hear from him what he is saying with all of these false promises, and then I will tell you why I believe that he is lying.
As we come on the air, U.S. forces are in the midst of President Trump's most significant military campaign thus far in his second term. Let's get straight to it this morning with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who joins us from Miami, Florida. Mr. Secretary, for our audience, just to explain, this Red Sea area is a really important transit point for global shipping. The Houthis out of Yemen have been disrupting transit there for some time. President Trump cited these concerns when he announced the strikes. I'm wondering, how long will this campaign last, and will it involve ground forces?
Well, first of all, the problem here is that this is a very important shipping lane, and in the last year and a half, the last 18 months, the Houthis have struck or attacked 174 naval vessels of the United States, attacking the U.S. Navy directly 174 times, and 145 times they've attacked commercial shipping. So we basically have a band of pirates, with guided precision anti-ship weaponry, and exacting a toll system in one of the most important shipping lanes in the world. That's just not sustainable. We are not going to have these people controlling which ships can go through and which ones cannot. And so your question is, how long will this go on? It will go on until they no longer have the capability to do that.
Okay, so big problem with this statement. Since 2015, this is why this is all false, all fake, what Marco Rubio is saying here. Since 2015, Houthis, they have continued their attacks on multiple countries. Since 2015, FDD journals, a long war journal, they have reported Houthis, they have directly engaged in 40 attacks. 15 of these attacks were of the port of Bab al-Mandab, so Strait of Bab al-Mandab, 15 of them. 9 attacks were off the coast of Hudaydah, and 7 of them were of the coast of Mocha. Actually, there is another one. 4 of them, in addition to all of this, 4 of them were off the coast of Saudi Arabia, Jizan port. And these strikes are happening again from 2015. Now, Marco Rubio, he is saying that this is going to be so easy peasy that we're going to go after them. We're not going to let them tell us which ship can go through, which ship cannot. Well, Marco Rubio, they're already doing that since 2015. Now we're living in 2025. For the last 10 years, they're telling every country, including when Donald Trump was the president of the United States from 2016 to 2020, Houthis were telling Trump administration where these ships can go, where they cannot. 2018, they carried out attacks on Turkish ships. 2019, they carried out and targeted U.S. ships. So Marco Rubio, when he says that this is going to be a decisive action and the Houthis cannot tell us whatever they want, is absolutely wrong. because it is maybe U.S. will be successful this time. We do not know, and how many people they will have to kill in Yemen. Maybe hundreds and thousands, or if not millions. But it is not easy peasy. It's not like, oh, Houthis are bad, let's destroy them. United States, they were in, remember, they were in Afghanistan, they failed. They were in Iraq, they failed. So all of this rhetorics coming now from Marco Rubio is not backed up by facts. In fact, what we have from FDD Journal's long war documentaries is quite the opposite. Take a listen to what he is saying.
Well, what does U.S. intelligence tell us at this point? Because the U.S. had been conducting strikes for some time, but has not stopped the Houthis. So what's going to be different right now? Do you have more fidelity in the intelligence that would make this more successful?
Well, those strikes were retaliation strikes. So they launched one missile, we hit the missile launcher, or we sent something to do it. This is not a message. This is not a one-off. This is an effort to deny them the ability to continue to constrict and control shipping. And it's just not going to happen. We're not going to have these guys, these people with weapons able to tell us where our ships can go, where the ships of all the world can go, by the way. It's not just the U.S. We're doing the world a favor.
Yeah.
We're doing the entire world a favor by getting rid of these guys and their ability to strike global shipping. That's the mission here, and it will continue until that's carried out. That never happened before. The Biden administration didn't do that. All the Biden administration would do is they would respond to an attack. These guys would launch one rocket, we'd hit the rocket launcher. That's it. This is an effort to take away their ability to control global shipping in that part of the world. That's just not going to happen anymore.
And it could...
Okay, so basically spinning the same narrative, which is Biden administration, they were weak, they couldn't do it. We are now in power, we're going to do it. But Marco Rubio, Trump was president when Houthis were doing this. Under his watch, you could do nothing about that. What will convince us that this time will be something different? But again, he's using the same narrative. He's trying to steamroll that same propaganda on behalf of Trump. Now, he's saying that this is going to stop, and he's calling them these people, that people, oh, these are flies. We're just going to have to, chase them away. They'll be gone. People wearing sandal, carrying machine gun, these people don't matter. Now, I mentioned to you 40 attacks from the FDD Journal's documentary. Out of that 40, do you know 22 of these attacks that Houthis carried out against these ships, including Saudi Arabia, Turkey, US, UK, you name it, 22 of these attacks, they have used Chinese-made C-820 cruise missiles. Means when Marco Rubio, C-802 anti-ship cruise missiles. So when Marco Rubio says, oh, these people, they're flies and they're not significant, these are just bothering us, we're just going to have to chase them away and they'll be gone. Marco Rubio, they're using way more sophisticated weaponries than they have used during Trump's era from 2016 to 2020. How can you convince us that this time they will be easily dealt with because they're still using the same technology that they have used in the past? No, they're now using a lot more sophisticated technology. In the beginning of their attacks, especially in 2017, Houthis were using suicide drones. They do not use those suicide drones anymore. They use these anti-ship cruise missiles from China, and they also have ballistic missiles in their arsenal that we have seen them flying towards Israel. This is not people we are dealing with. These people, these are flies. So again, his rhetoric is not convincing.
We'll continue until that's finished.
It could involve ground raids?
Well, those are military decisions to be made, but I've heard no talk of ground raids. I don't think there's a necessity for it right now. I can tell you that as of last night, some of the key people involved in those missile launches are no longer with us. And I can tell you that some of the facilities that they used are no longer existing. And that will continue. Look, it's bottom line, easy way to understand it, okay? These guys are able to control what ships can go through there. They've attacked the U.S. Navy 174 times. Yeah. They've attacked the United States Navy. We're not going to have people sitting around with the missiles attacking the U.S. Navy. It's not going to happen, not under President Trump.
Okay, so another lie. During Biden administration, they denied any report of getting under attack coming under attack by the Houthis of their USS Harry Truman ships. Remember, CENTCOM, they issued a statement, oh, these are our friendly fires, nothing happened, Houthis could never reach us. But now that has changed completely. He flipped it upside down. Marco Rubio is now saying they have attacked our warships, which obviously, as we know, Biden administration denied, or at least they kept it quiet. But again, things are not very convincing.
The president also referenced Iran in his statement. Iran provides some support for the Houthis, as you know. Put this in context for me, because U.S. intelligence has been suggesting for some time that Israel has the desire and intent to conduct an attack on Iran's developing nuclear program in the coming months. President Trump has extended an offer for negotiations. Have you heard anything back from Iran? Is this strike in Yemen a signal to Iran?
This strike in Yemen is about their ability, the ability of the Houthis to strike global shipping and attack the U.S. Navy, and their willingness to do it. 174 times against the U.S. Navy, 145 sometimes against global shipping. That's what the strike is about. What we can't ignore, and the reason why the president mentioned Iran, is because the Iranians have supported the Houthis. They provided them intelligence, they provided them guidance, they provided them weaponry. I mean, there's no way the Houthis, the Houthis would have the ability to do this kind of thing unless they had support from Iran. And so this was a message to Iran. Don't keep supporting them, because then you will also be responsible for what they are doing in attacking Navy ships, in attacking global shipping.
They also get support from Russia, potentially.
She just said what I was going to say. They were also getting support from Russia. Okay, Marco Rubio, it's easy to target Iran. We have seen this over and over again. Every time they talk about Houthi attacks and try to put the blame on someone, it's Iran. But Russia is helping them too, as this lady said. And I have also reported on this in the past videos that Russia was involved in helping Houthis with technologies, especially after the ATACMS and the Storm Shadow missiles that were provided to Ukraine to use against Russian territories. But he's obviously not saying Russia, China, they're also responsible. We are going to hold them responsible. He's only saying that it is the Iranians only. We're going to destroy them if they support Houthis. We're going to hold them responsible if they support Houthis. So it is only Iran. So again, very weak statement. Shows that this administration, Trump administration, they are, really ducking themselves when it comes to facing the problem face to face. And when I say they're not facing the problem face to face, I mean they're not actually holding Russia and China accountable for none of this. And this is what Rubio is doing with his lies and false promises. We do not want war. We do not want Houthis to exist, just as much as we do not want Israel to keep on killing people in Gaza, in West Bank, the genocide they're committing. This all must stop at the same time. You cannot say Houthis must go, but Israel can continue doing their criminal activities. It has to stop from all sides. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.